Navigating emotional loneliness and finding meaning after retirement. An opening note of reflection. Have you ever felt, in the quiet moments after the day ends, a kind of loneliness that no one else seems to see? Not just the absence of people around you, but a deeper emptiness, a silence inside that whispers, "What now?" You gave your life to work, to family, to routines that shaped your days. And then, suddenly, those rhythms change. Retirement arrives like a gentle tide, or sometimes a sudden wave, leaving you wondering who you are without the roles you once played. If this feeling resonates with you, you're not alone. Today, we're going to explore the emotional loneliness many retirees face, why it happens, what science tells us about it, and how you can find new meaning and connection in this next chapter of life. Because retirement is not an end. It's an invitation to rediscover yourself. The awakening moment. Welcome. I'm Ordinary People, your fellow traveler on this journey of retirement. In the next 10 minutes, we'll walk together through the emotional landscape that retirement can bring, the loneliness, the loss of purpose, the search for meaning. We'll draw from the wisdom of leading experts like Dr. Robert J. Waldinger, who reminds us that strong relationships are the key to a fulfilling life. We'll hear from Dr. Louvre Carstensen, whose research on emotional aging shows us how our feelings evolve in later years. And we'll explore practical, science-backed strategies to help you build new connections, nurture your spirit, and find joy in your days. This session is designed to feel like a warm conversation, reflective, grounded, and hopeful. Whether you're newly retired or have been navigating this path for years, there's something here for you. So settle in, breathe deeply, and let's begin this journey of emotional renewal together. The awakening of curiosity. Let's start with what science tells us about emotional loneliness in retirement. Dr. Robert J. Waldinger, director of the Harvard Study of Adult Development, one of the longest studies on human happiness and health, teaches us a vital lesson. It's not wealth, fame, or working harder that leads to a good life. It's the quality of our relationships. Loneliness, especially emotional loneliness, the feeling of being disconnected or misunderstood, can be as harmful to our health as smoking or obesity. When we retire, we often lose daily social interactions that work provided, casual chats, shared goals, a sense of belonging. Dr. Louvre Carstensen's socio-emotional selectivity theory adds another layer. As we age, our emotional priorities shift. We seek deeper, more meaningful connections rather than many superficial ones. But if those meaningful connections are missing, the emotional gap can feel wide and painful. Dr. Ken Deichtwald, a pioneer in aging research, points out that retirement is a major life transition that can shake our identity to its core. Without a sense of purpose or community, retirees may face emotional isolation, which can lead to depression and anxiety. Yet, this stage also offers a unique opportunity to reshape our social world intentionally, to deepen bonds, and to find new sources of meaning. Understanding this science is the first step toward reclaiming emotional well-being after retirement. Insight 1. Cultivate deep, intentional relationships. One of the most powerful antidotes to emotional loneliness is cultivating deep, intentional relationships. It's less about quantity and more about quality. Dr. Waldinger emphasizes that the warmth of close relationships is what sustains us. So how do we build or rebuild these connections after retirement? First, prioritize regular, meaningful contact with loved ones. Schedule weekly phone calls or visits with family and friends. Second, be present. When you engage, listen deeply. Show curiosity and empathy. These moments create emotional intimacy. Third, consider joining or forming small groups centered around shared interests, book clubs, gardening circles, art classes, or volunteer teams. Dr. Nancy Schlossberg, an expert in adult transitions, highlights that social support buffers stress and promotes resilience. She encourages retirees to view relationships as a dynamic process, something to nurture actively, not passively expect. Remember, it's okay to start small. A coffee date, a walk with a neighbor, or a heartfelt message can be the seed of a meaningful bond. Intentional relationships remind us we are seen, heard, and valued. Powerful medicine for the soul. Insight 2. Embrace purposeful activities. Loneliness often stems from a loss of purpose. After years of work, many retirees ask, "What's next?" Dr. Richard Leiter, a renowned expert on purpose and meaning, teaches that living with purpose is essential for emotional health. Purpose doesn't have to be grand or public. It can be as simple as caring for a garden, mentoring a young person, or creating art. Engage in activities that bring you joy and a sense of contribution. This fuels your spirit and reconnects you to the world. Research shows that purposeful engagement lowers depression and boosts well-being. Dr. Mo Wang, a psychologist studying retirement adjustment, found that retirees who actively pursue meaningful goals experience less emotional distress. Start by reflecting on what matters to you now. What small project or passion can you dedicate time to? Maybe it's writing your memoirs, volunteering at a local charity, or learning a new skill. Purpose anchors us. It transforms idle time into meaningful moments and helps us wake up with intention. As Dr. Leiter reminds us, purpose is the reason you journey. Passion is the fire that lights your way. Insight 3. Practice mindful presence and self-compassion. Emotional loneliness can also be amplified by harsh self-judgment or dwelling on what retirement should look like. Mindfulness and self-compassion offer a gentle path through these inner struggles. Dr. Becca Levy's research on aging attitudes shows that how we perceive ourselves influences our mental and physical health. When we cultivate kindness toward ourselves, we reduce stress and open space for healing. Start with simple mindfulness practices. Take a few minutes each day to breathe deeply and notice your thoughts without judgment. Acknowledge feelings of loneliness or sadness as natural and temporary, not a reflection of your worth. Dr. Nancy Schlossberg encouraged retirees to give themselves permission to feel and to be patient with their transition. Self-compassion helps us embrace the present moment, rather than fighting against the changes retirement brings. It also fosters resilience, the ability to bounce back from emotional lows. Remember, you are not your loneliness. You are a whole person, deserving of kindness and care. This inner work lays a foundation for emotional well-being that supports every other aspect of your life. Insight 4. Foster physical well-being for emotional health. Our bodies and minds are deeply connected. Physical health impacts emotional well-being, especially in retirement. Regular physical activity is a proven way to reduce feelings of loneliness and depression. Dr. Laura Carstensen's research shows that exercise stimulates brain chemicals that enhance mood and cognitive function. It also creates opportunities for social interaction, walking groups, dance classes, or community sports. Dr. Ken Deichtwald notes that maintaining physical vitality supports a positive self-image and sense of independence. Simple practices can make a big difference. Daily walks in nature, gentle yoga, or stretching routines tailored to your body's needs. Eating nourishing foods that support brain and gut health. A balanced diet rich in fruits, vegetables, and omega-3 fatty acids. Adequate sleep and hydration also play crucial roles in emotional stability. When we care for our bodies, we send a message to ourselves: you matter. This holistic approach nurtures the whole person, body, mind, and spirit, creating a fertile ground for emotional connection and joy. Insight 5. Create new rituals and traditions. Rituals and traditions give structure and meaning to our days. Retirement often disrupts old routines, leaving a void. Creating new rituals can anchor your life in purpose and connection. Dr. Nancy Schlossberg suggests that rituals provide comfort during transitions by marking time and fostering community. Think about what rituals might resonate with you. Morning tea with a daily gratitude reflection. Weekly calls with friends or family where stories and laughter flow. monthly visits to a favorite park or museum, seasonal projects like planting a garden or crafting holiday decorations. Dr. Robert J. Waldinger reminds us that shared rituals strengthen bonds and create memories that sustain us. New rituals can also be acts of self-care, a warm bath, journaling, or mindful breathing at the start or end of the day. These practices help you reclaim your time and create a rhythm that feels nourishing and intentional. In this way, rituals become a bridge from loneliness to belonging, from emptiness to fulfillment. The final light. Let's deepen our understanding with some advanced insights on emotional aging and resilience. Dr. Laura Carstensen's research reveals that older adults often experience a positivity effect, a tendency to focus more on positive information and regulate emotions more effectively than younger people. This means that with age, we can become better at managing emotional challenges if we cultivate awareness and skills. Dr. Becca Levy's studies on age stereotypes show that internalizing positive beliefs about aging can improve cognitive function and longevity. Conversely, negative stereotypes can accelerate decline. This highlights the power of mindset in emotional health. Dr. Mo Wang's work on retirement adjustment emphasizes that emotional resilience is not fixed. It can be developed through intentional practices like those we've discussed: relationship building, purposeful activity, mindfulness, and physical care. Dr. Richard Leider reminds us that our later years can be a time of wisdom living, where life's lessons shape a deeper, more compassionate self. Science and experience converge to tell us emotional loneliness after retirement is a challenge, but also an opportunity for profound growth. With the right support and strategies, retirees can transform isolation into connection, loss into meaning, and uncertainty into hope. From knowing to becoming, as we come to the close of this journey together, take a moment to reflect. What part of today's conversation touched you most? Perhaps the reminder that loneliness is common but not permanent, or the encouragement that deep relationships and purpose are within your reach. Maybe it was the invitation to be gentle with yourself as you navigate change. Remember, retirement is not a withdrawal from life. It's a transformation. It's a time to listen deeply, to connect authentically, and to live intentionally. The challenges you face are real, but so is your strength and capacity for renewal. You are not alone in this. Many have walked this path and found joy, meaning, and connection on the other side. May you find the courage to take the next step, toward yourself, toward others, and toward a life rich with purpose and love. Until the next reflection before we part, I want to leave you with a question to carry with you. What small step can you take today to bridge the gap between loneliness and connection? Could it be reaching out to an old friend? Starting a new hobby that brings you joy? Or simply sitting quietly and breathing with kindness toward yourself? The journey of emotional renewal begins with one step. As Dr. Waldinger says, the good life is built with good relationships. So nurture those connections. As Dr. Leider reminds us, purpose is the reason you get up in the morning. Find your reason, your spark, your path. And know this: you are not defined by your retirement or your loneliness. You are defined by your ability to grow, to love, and to live fully. If this message resonated with you, I invite you to share your reflections in the comments below. Your story might be the light someone else needs. Like, share, and subscribe to join us on this journey of discovery and hope. And if you want to explore more, tap the bell icon to be notified when our next session is ready. I'm Ordinary People. Until next time, take care of your heart, your mind, and your soul. You are deeply valued. And your journey is just beginning.